Finally, Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles have made a move, and it's a signing that I absolutely love. Riq Woolen to the Philadelphia Eagles on a one-year deal worth up to $15 million. This is a great move for this Eagles defense that has lost a lot of players so far to start free agency. Jalen Phillips got a bag. Nakobe Dean got paid. Reed Blankenship also got a good chunk of change. And this is a great fit for this Eagles defense in that secondary as you pair up Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean with now Riq Woolen as the trifecta on that back end for Philadelphia. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr. As always, thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. And this is why you subscribe to the channel, because whenever there's breaking news, I always have you covered. And we always talk about these moves in full detail. So Adam Schefter breaking the news just moments ago that the Eagles are signing Riq Woolen, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks, after winning a Super Bowl, to a one-year contract worth up to $15 million. And I had talked about this earlier on a YouTube short and on an earlier edition of Philadelphia Eagles Now. As we put that video up on the channel, we were also live for 3 hours earlier. Thanks to everybody for kicking it here with us. And what I had said was this: Eagles fans, stop panicking. This is all intentional and calculated by Howie Roseman. He didn't make a move on day one of free agency. It doesn't mean that the Eagles are standing pat. It doesn't mean that Howie doesn't know what he's doing. It doesn't mean that Howie Roseman is incompetent. He did all of this by design. He let the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans spend more than $200 million in free agency. And in doing so, by being patient and waiting at the market, he let other teams overpay and splurge. He let other teams set the market, and Howie Roseman waited to strike for a deal that he looked at as team-friendly and on a short-term basis, because a lot of the Eagles' money is going to be tied up to homegrown players who they want to sign to long-term contract extensions. And so by not rushing, Howie Roseman let Alontae Taylor, for instance, sign with the Tennessee Titans on a multi-year deal worth $20 million in average annual value. And by signing Riq Woolen, great scheme fit. Vic Fangio really likes him. The Eagles have shown interest in him before. He is a high upside perimeter number 2 corner with number 1 upside. And the Eagles get an excellent player on an affordable contract for 1 year and up to $15 million. For those of you not familiar with Riq Woolen's game, just won a Super Bowl with Seattle, learn from the great Mike Macdonald, those defenses that he's been able to coach with Baltimore, last 2 years with Seattle, of course, culminating in a Super Bowl championship in 2025, have been very impressive. Woolen is only 26 years old still. He is 6'4", with crazy length and athleticism. In the pre-draft process, he ran a 4.26 40-yard dash. He offers Philadelphia a very unique combination of length, speed, physicality, but also ball skills. What did Quinyon Mitchell do at Toledo? Made plays on the football. What did Cooper DeJean do at Iowa? Made plays on the football. They're smart, they're heady, they can read and react. And so far to start his career, in 4 seasons, Riq Woolen, his PBUs by year, 16 in year 1, led the NFL in picks that year, 11 in year 2, 14 in year 3, 12 in year 4. And now the Eagles have a cornerback trio of Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, first-team All-Pros last year, and Riq Woolen. You shore up your pass rush. You get another solid edge rusher in there. You know that you've got some dogs at defensive tackle. Your linebacker situation is fine even without Nakobe Dean. You do have to address safety alongside Andrew Makuba, but you see the makings of what this Eagles defense is going to be. And I think Howie really liked the player here with the eval, like the upside, the potential, the fit, the body of work, but also he doesn't have to sign Riq Woolen or worry about a multi-year deal with all of this guaranteed money. Instead, it's just a 1-year contract worth up to $15 million. And if he plays well, that's fine. You'd be willing, more than willing to pay $15 million for a high-end cornerback. Now, you look at some of the PFF numbers from last year, and they weren't phenomenal. Overall grade of 61.2, coverage grade 61.7. But he is willing to make plays against the run. The tackling grade, not great, and that's something that the Eagles DBs do a really good job of in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But the quarterback rating allowed 78.5. And with some of that length, with some of the athleticism and the speed, he can run with really good wideouts. He can cover a variety of different types of wide receivers. And he will get his hands in there to deflect passes and make disruptive plays. This is the type of move that makes Howie Roseman, where he waits out the market, he exercises patience, he lets everybody overpay for all of these crazy contracts that we saw on day one into day two. And in waiting to sign Riq Woolen, his market probably diminished just a little bit. He probably could have gotten a multi-year deal for another team. So that also goes to show you that Riq Woolen wanted to come to Philadelphia to have an opportunity to win another Super Bowl, because I guarantee you, for a 26-year-old corner who's 6'4" and runs in the 4.2s, there was definitely a multi-year deal out there for him, but the money's also pretty solid, and he's got an opportunity to learn from Vic Fangio and play alongside Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Had an opportunity to interview Riq Woolen at the Super Bowl, a fun personality too at that corner spot. Has he gotten beat at times? All great corners do. Has he done some boneheaded things from time to time? No doubt about it. But this is a very unique player with a unique skill set here. So grade the signing of Riq Woolen A, B, C, D, F. Share your thoughts with me. Bird Gang, I want to hear from you down in the comment section right now. We had a lot of people when we were live earlier purchase Eagles Now shirts. If you want one, you can get it. This goes a long way in supporting the show, supporting the company, supporting myself and producer Chip. Plus, you can rep the birds, rep the channel, and look good in the process. You can find them now for only $24.99 at chatsports.com/Eagles Now. Chatsports.com/Eagles Now. Available in black and Kelly green. We'll put that link attached to the pinned comment and in the show notes of today's Philadelphia Eagles Now. Is Howie Roseman done? That's, of course, a part of this conversation as well. I don't think that he is. Just like last year, Eagles didn't make a move externally day one of free agency. They let Milton Williams go, $26 million per year. Josh Sweat got $19 million per year. Eagles stood pat, and they still made some really savvy moves. And when you are a successful team, other teams are going to poach, sign, and overpay for your players. But there is still room for Howie Roseman to grow. There are still moves for him to make. According to Diana Rossini, the Eagles are still looking at the tight end and pass rush markets. She adds, Howie Roseman is not done. It could be Dallas Goedert coming back. It could be David Njoku. Even if the Eagles sign a Goedert or an Njoku, I don't think it keeps them from drafting a young tight end at some point in this draft to develop that player. Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, they were second-round picks. Brent Selleck, he was a fifth-round pick. You can find quality tight ends day 2, day 3. Edge rusher and pass rusher, of course, is a big one. Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, the only two edge rushers under contract for next season. And your interior is set. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Moro Ajomo. On the edge, you need to figure out some more players there. I wouldn't hate if the Eagles brought back a Brandon Graham. A Bradley Chubb could make sense. I think Trey Hendrickson is going to be a little bit too expensive. He sees Jalen Phillips get $30 million per year. He can at least get 25. I think that could be a little bit too pricey for the Eagles, but they had budgeted $20 million for Jalen Phillips, something in that realm. Could they devote that cash to a player like Trey Hendrickson? That would be something. So the top NFL free agents left here as of this recording at 6:48 Eastern time, Trey Hendrickson, Kyler Murray, Rasheed Walker, Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb. On that list, I'd look at Hendrickson and Chubb. And then you flip the page, you've got Jawan Jennings. Kayvon Chason is a player who Vic Fangio might like as a scheme fit. Taylor Decker, Stephon Diggs. Joey Bosa is an affordable veteran who stayed healthy the last 2 years. He's been pretty productive. I think a sleeper tight end is Chig Okwonkwo of the Tennessee Titans, but I don't know if the Eagles would go in that direction because he's not much of a blocker, but he is a really gifted pass catcher who's been really good the last couple of years at the receiving end of things. Joel Petonio, I don't think the Eagles have interest there. Safety is one, although this is a deep safety class. I'd rather the Eagles just bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson for a cheap price, roll with Andrew Makuba. You've got Sidney Brown. Michael Carter might be making the switch to the safety spot. He renegotiated his deal to clear up some cap space for the Eagles, and then it's a deep safety class. Leo Chenal, Jalen Hawkins, and then lastly, 16 through 20. You've got Aaron Rodgers, Kevin Byard, didn't work out in 2023, Kirk Cousins, Deebo Samuel, and then our guy, Dallas Goedert there. Howie Roseman's going to make some more moves. It's just a matter of time. And he strikes today on day 2 of free agency, a classic value deal on day 2. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the know with all things Eagles. Anytime they make a move, anytime there's a big juicy story or rumor around the birds, we're always talking about it.